Alright, Shalom. Call Allah, La Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. Yahweh being the true name of the Heavenly Father, who you people ignorantly call God. Bahashem, which is in the name of Yahushua, which is the name of the only begotten Son, who you people ignorantly call Jesus Christ. Those are the true names of the Heavenly Father and the Son. Plus, I do want to give a shout out to the Akim out there who's pushing his word throughout the four corners of the earth, who's also uplifting the name of Yahweh, Yahushua. And to the confusion of faces out there whose bloodline traces back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, our forefathers, though you may look like the nations you're scattered amongst, aka one of the heathen nations, okay, outside of the 12 tribes of Israel. Same thing if your seed line goes back to a so-called Negro, Latino, Native American man. And if your spirit bear witness with this word and this truth and you can receive it, okay, then you are Israelite if you fit those categories, okay, to the confusion of faces. To you sisters that do listen and learn Shalom, to the elect of the nation of Israel, wherever you may be scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, His word is going out to Shalom to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. You are the Hebrew Israelites, the true Jews of the Bible, okay? You consist of the 12 tribes of Israel, okay? As on the chart right here. And I just got off the gig, the plantation, and I seen this article on RT America. You see the title says America broken and vomiting demagogues like Trump. So I'm gonna play this video, and some scriptures popped up to my mind. I didn't put scriptures together, but some came to my mind as soon as I seen this. And I want to play this video a little willing to be edifying.
Like the saying about the glass that's either half full or half empty, either is or is not in decline. The answer, of course, has a lot to do with whom you ask. Trump voters, defined as the anything is better than what we now have generation of voters, would say decline. Most bankers or Wall Streeters would tell you, hey, doing great, love America. Is America on its farewell tour? Well, that's the name of the Pulitzer Prize winning author Chris Hedges' most recent book. So Chris stopped by our studio this week, and I grabbed him and asked him what he means by farewell tour.
The system is broken down, and it has vomited up demagogues like Trump and created a series of pathologies, which I write about in the book. You mentioned America, the farewell tour, of the opioid crisis, gambling, suicides, hate groups. This is what happens when a society seizes up, sociologists call it diseases of despair, and that is common to any empire in its final period of decay. I studied classics at Harvard, and you saw it in the Roman Empire, you saw it in the end of the Athenian Empire, the end of the Austro-Hungarian Empire, and we are following that trajectory, as anthropologists like Joseph Tainer and others have pointed out.
You know what's interesting is, the average American worker, and I think you point this out in much of your writing, there's debt, there's low wages, there's addictions, there's no health insurance, there's bad schools, there's most people are a couple of paychecks away from bankruptcy. And these are all conditions that exist in our country today, and yet voters generally continually vote against the policies that would at least try and help those issues or solve those problems. Why does that happen? Why do we vote in America against our own interests?
Because the people here the masses is completely stupid and blind to what's really going on.
Because we're not offered the opportunity to vote for a party that protects our interests. The Democratic Party certainly
The Democratic Party and the Republican Party are one and the same. They both are a part of the beast system, okay?
Or unionized workers at automobile plants like GM did not protect their interests. This is the problem, that we created a kind of faux liberal class really begun by the Clintons. So I was in Anderson, Indiana for this book and interviewing former GM workers. Clinton passes NAFTA. By 2006, GM is in Monterrey, Mexico, where they're paying workers $3 an hour without benefits. All the union jobs are gone. They actually supported Sanders in the primary. Then you saw the Democratic Party, I would argue, steal the nomination from Sanders through a series of mechanisms: superdelegates, denying independents the right to vote, stealing the Nevada caucus, erasing voters from the rolls, as we saw in New York, etc. And they weren't going to vote for Clinton. They knew very well what Bill Clinton had done to them, and they voted for Trump in desperation. But in the American system, really, you get to vote. It's not so much what you vote for, because it's all corporate burlesque. You have to. Clinton raised $1 billion to run. You can't run without the infusion of corporate money. It's more that you vote for what you hate, or against what you hate, not rather than what you're for.
So what do we do? And I guess most people would listen to this conversation that we're having and wonder if there is something out there, some light at the end of the tunnel that'll somehow change our direction in such a way so that we will open our eyes and see some possibilities for the future. Is there hope?
Yeah, there's hope. I mean, look at Paris. We have to do what the Yellow Vest movement is doing, which is shut the cities down and begin to disrupt the system, because the system, as it's configured now, is not even remotely responsible to what our rights are and the kind of suffering that has thrown half of the country into poverty or near poverty. And you saw Macron finally begin to respond. I mean, that's what we have to do, because Joe Biden isn't going to save us.
And the point is, America is through, okay? America is through. So let's get the scriptures now. The moment I seen that title, I figured, it was scriptures that came to my head. This is Ecclesiastes 3:1. To everything there's a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. A time to be born, a time to die, a time to plant, and a time to pluck up that which is planted, man. Okay? A time to kill and a time to heal, a time to break down and a time to build up. Okay? And that's what's happening. America it was a kingdom, okay, that was planted by the Most High, okay, to rule for a certain amount of time, and now it's being plucked up. Okay, and it's being broken down, just like it said in the title there. Okay. Let me see if I want to go any further. This is Isaiah 47. Actually, this is Jeremiah 51 verse 8. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Babylon is America, okay? How for her, take balm for her, if she may be healed. We will have healed her. Heal Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go everyone to his own country, for her judgment reacheth unto heaven, and is lifted up even to the skies, man. Okay? This place cannot be healed, man. This place is through, man. The Lord said, and clearly said in the scriptures, that thou hast set a bound that thou cannot pass, man. Okay? And Esau is basically, we're actually seeing the end time, and he can't really do anything now. Now it's out of his control. The elites are used to controlling everything, okay? They're used to controlling both sides, but they can't control anything. It's not in their grip anymore, man. Okay, that's why you see them getting what I did a video on the LA military drill that they're doing. They about to come out with great wrath, man. Okay? It tells you in the scriptures, I beheld Satan fall as lightning, and when lightning strikes instantly, then it just disappears, man. That's how fast this devil's falling, man. Okay? This place can't be healed, man. Okay? This Isaiah 47, verse 1. Come down, sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground. Okay? because America hasn't been touched. That's why I call it Old Virgin Daughter of Babylon. This place hasn't been touched by outside invaders, but it will be. And there is no throne, O daughters, to the Chaldeans, for thou shalt not be called tender and delicate. Take the millstone, grind mill, and cover thy locks, make bare the leg, and cover the thigh, pass over the rivers. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yet thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. Okay? The Lord is doing that. The Lord is bringing this place down spiritually through this word, man. Okay? He's not even here physically bringing it down, but he will be. Okay? That's right now, it's the time for the world to know who Esau Edom is, which is you so-called white people. Okay? And then that shame comes, and then what comes after the shame? The physical judgment, and that's what we're entering into. That's why Esau is scrambling, man. Okay? As for our Redeemer, the Lord of hosts is his name, the Holy One of Israel. Sit thou silent, O get thee into darkness, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt not be called the Lady of Kingdoms. And that's what we were seeing. Okay? I was wroth for my people, I polluted my inheritance and given them into thy hand. Thou showest them no mercy upon Ashley. Thou verily heavily laid thy yoke. And thou saidst, I shall be a lady forever, so that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart, neither didst remember the latter end of it. So now, this is what Esau is realizing. These devils they're so powerful, they thought that this place is going to go on forever. They think they're going to rape, rob, and murder, and cause pillage across the entire planet, okay, the world, okay? And they think this place is going to go on, but they're sadly mistaken. This place is coming to a close, man. Okay? The chapter on this story is coming to a close. Okay? This is Isaiah 14, verse 4. This has been coming out most recently. That thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon, say how the oppressor ceased, the golden city ceased. Okay? The Lord had broken the staff of the wicked being who? The Edomites, the so-called white people, okay? Go to Malachi 1 and 4, man. That seals the deal, basically. And the scepter of the rulers, he who smote the people in wrath with a continuous stroke, he that ruleth the nations in anger is persecuted and none hindereth. Okay? And that's all this man has done. Okay? He's oppressed everybody. Okay? Going around spreading wickedness, homosexuality, putting women on top of men. Okay? What else you've done? Okay? Robbing the poor, basically. Putting people in poverty. Setting up laws that's unrighteous decrees. Okay? And just going into people's lands, stealing their resources, okay, scoffing at them, just like you're doing with Venezuela right now, okay, and so on. Hell from beneath thee is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming. It stirs up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth. They have raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations. That's what we're seeing. All they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? Thy pomp, that pride is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy vows, the worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee. And what do worms cover? A decaying body, right? When you have a body that rots and it decays, what do those worms do? They're all over the body, and they're just eating on it. And that's this kingdom. It's decaying, man. Just like the dude said in the video I just showed you. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? And this is talking about the Edomites, okay? The so-called white man. Especially starting with you elites, okay? For thou hast said in thy heart, I will ascend in heaven, and I will exalt my throne above the stars. And how did you do that? You did that with your Space Force, okay? And I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation, the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds, and I will be like the Most High. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, which hell is a condition, okay, to the sides of the pit. that they see that they that see thee shall nearly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble and that did shake the kingdoms? And how'd you do that? What you do in World War II back in 45 with Hiroshima and Nagasaki? You dropped the fat man and the little man nuclear bombs on them. Okay, and that's what you did. And that's when you put fear in these other nations. Okay? But now, let me get the 17th verse. That made the world as a wilderness. How did you make the world as a wilderness? Look at Africa. Look at the Middle East. Okay? Just look at all the third world shithole countries, okay, around the globe. Whose work is that? The so-called white man's. And destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of his prisoners. And who are the prisoners? The Israelites, man. Us, man. We are the prisoners. It tells you in Jeremiah 50 and 33, let me just get that. Then I'm gonna go back. I ain't want to get it, but for the children, thus said the Lord of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah, the southern and the northern kingdom, all the tribes were oppressed together, man. And we all are oppressed together. Where at? Mainly here in Babylon the Great. And wherever we are scattered, but mainly here in Babylon the Great. And all that took them captives held them fast. They refused to let them go, man. So we are those prisoners, man, that you refuse to let go. Okay? But eventually, the shaming of this place is you being exposed. This place is going down. And then eventually that judgment is come. And then that's going to happen. Let me read the 16th verse again. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake the kingdoms? And that's talking about the other nations when the Most High physically destroy you, you Edomites, man. The rest of you heathens, man, and you 2/3, man. But mainly Esau, man, because Esau is in power, and the Lord's gonna use you as an example when he take you down, man. Okay. And that's what that's what everybody's gonna be like. Man, that was the man that had the military and scattered throughout and all these countries, was able to steal everybody's resources, okay? Was able to do all types of wickedness and get away with it. They gonna find out you was nobody, man. Okay? But that's what we coming into, man. Okay? That's what's gonna happen, man. This is what we're about to enter into, you know. But Lord Williams is edifying, you know. This was real short, but you know, I just wanted to get my point with these scriptures. Lord Williams is edifying. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushua. Shalom to the hopeful elect.